Hello folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. We're out here, got something on the lens. Sorry about that. We're out here at the Avon Park field, and at the Avon Park Aero Model Association, we're going to take up the FMS 800mm Trojan, little T28. And I've already done my range test. The wind is basically right out of the west here. And I'm running a 1200 milliamp 2S battery in her, which is exactly what the book calls for. So, a little windy, about 5 to 8 mile an hour winds, which isn't bad at all. It's pretty calm. But we're going to see how this little plane does with the correct size battery. It calls for a 800 to 1300 milliamp 2S in there, and she seems to be doing just fine. They're actually pull of a knife edge there, a little bit of one. Still feels like she may be a touch tail heavy. That's okay. Not bad. Really not bad at all. Whoa. Well, that's not good. But they're tough. These are tough little birds. Tough little birds. All right, let's get over here on the other side of the divider there. Take off with no problem. I think I like her better though on a 3-cell. Just doesn't seem to have quite the punch. But she'll fly okay. She's flying fine on 2-cell. But definitely not quite enough punch. There. Now, let's see. No, I didn't. No, I didn't want to try grass hops. Just a little too thick, and them wheels are really small, and even motor off. Just to show you, if you look, the grass is right there. There's the prop. So you don't want to this unless you're flying off of like a golf green or something. Yeah, she'll fly okay on a 2S. Just not quite as just doesn't feel like she has enough wind penetration and not quite enough oomph, but acceptable though. Definitely acceptable. Good flying little plane though. Now that it's got the reflex system in there. The only part that I've got, because I'm using a 4-channel receiver, a AR410, I can't take advantage of the 3 levels that the reflex offers, which is well, I'm just going to use the terms I'm used to, but it offers their version of AS3X, which I believe they call I don't even know what they call it. It's not stability. Their version of stability is safe, or you know, self-level. But if you're only using a 4-channel plane, or 4-channel, then you can only use their, oh gosh, I don't know what I'm saying, folks. Their default setting is their version of AS3X. So if you are unable to put a 6-channel receiver in this, and all you've got is a 4-channel, then all you're going to be able to use is their version of AS3X, which is just wind mitigation. And I can't remember now. I've got so many different gyros that I've used, and they all have different terminology, but it's AS3X. They also have their version of stability mode, which is their version of safe. So you could make use of safe, if you had a 6-channel receiver, because you got to have an independent channel on a 3-position switch just for that. And because I used a 4-channel receiver, wasn't able to do that. And then the other that they have is direct or no gyro at all, so there's no kind of stabilization or anything. So if you have a 6-channel receiver, let me start over. If you have a 6-channel receiver in this, then you can use all 3 levels which they offer, which is stability, which is their version of safe or self-level, their version of AS3X, which is just wind mitigation, or no gyro at all, which means just naturally nothing at all, no kind of help at all. Oh, what a sweet little plane. Now, but because like I said again, because I used a 4-channel, all I can use is the AS3X, because and that just is what it gets by default. And you still have to power it. So what I've done is I've taken the lead that comes off the reflex and I plugged it into the bind port or the data port on the AR410. So that provides it just a little bit of power. Whoa. See, now what I did wrong there is instead of using my rudder to correct my direction, I used my aileron, and that's why I tip stalled like that.
20 seconds.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, the only thing I should be using right now is rudder and aileron, and of course throttle. But you should not be correcting with your ailerons when you land, because that invites a bad tip stall at the end. All right, folks. Well, there you go. That is the 800 mil. What do you want to hear?
Motor on.
That is the 800 millimeter Trojan T28 by FMS. They're little micro minis. It's almost a, I guess you'd call it a UMX, but I flew for a full 5 minutes. Let's unplug the battery and show you. Well, I got the battery shoved as far forward in there as I can get it. And this is the battery that I'm using. It's a 1200 milliamp 35C. I don't even know what brand it is. I got it off Amazon. Let's see how much juice I have left after full 5 minutes of flying. 26%, so that's a good storage rate. All right, so 5 minutes on a 1200 milliamp 2S will do just fine. Bring you back at just under 30% on your battery. And I did a lot of landings and takeoffs, so I'm powering out of it an awful lot. But isn't that just a cute little bird? I shouldn't say cute. That's a manly little machine. Well, there you go, though. Just a good flying little bird. Very stable, very predictable. If you have a gyro in her and you put a 6-cell in there and make use of the stability or the self-leveling, this could be a beginner bird, only because it's 150 bucks and you're not out a lot of money, and the batteries are very inexpensive. But that's just barely a beginner bird. I always prefer some sort of high wing as a beginning bird, but this one's very stable, and because it's inexpensive, I could kind of classify it as a beginner bird. But I would rather you use a high wing. I want your first experience to be a very positive one, and this may be a little too much for a beginner. So yeah, maybe I should eat my words. Maybe I shouldn't say it's a beginner plane. But definitely a strong second. If you're really good with a high wing and you're wanting to go for a low wing and you don't want to put a lot of money out, there you go. All right, folks, y'all have a good one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget, faith, family, friends, and then planes. Bye, y'all.